How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another XRP update. Now, it's really not looking good, guys. This is something I've been warning about in my last few updates, that when a key level of support that has been the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders pattern that's been setting up the whole entire year with a $4 plus target is only going to hit the target if the neckline remains support. So the last few months, hovering above this level of support meant that the neckline was being held up and that the target remains valid. Now that the support of this pattern has been lost, the expectation changes. My bias has to flip, and it's just as simple as that. Black and white rules. There's no emotion attached to it. If this neckline is lost, the target is no longer valid, and that is very annoying because holding above this every single day, your expectation would be eventually this breaks to the upside, pushes through $3.12, and then you will see continuation into that $4 plus target. But when the neckline is lost, the bias changes, and due to this liquidation event that lost the neckline, the move back up is not going to be good enough unless the neckline as well as all moving averages are recovered. So I would personally need to see $2.80 recovered. Until that point, my expectation now is that XRP will continue lower. This is what I actually said to you guys in my last video update, and now that is trapped between these 2 points, and then a major move is coming. And the expectation here, unfortunately, is that the downside support breaks. This is now what we're seeing. So not giving hopium, that I have to be truthful here. Why should I give hopium? Why should I lie? I've been in this space almost 7 years. I've been caught up in lies too many times. I've learned from those mistakes, and it's just as simple as when a support is lost, it turns into resistance. It's literally, don't overcomplicate it. You have a pattern, it breaks out, the neckline has to remain support for the target. So if the neckline is lost, target is no longer happening. Simple as that. Means in the end, this ended up being a deviation, even though it spent months above the neckline. I know this just, you have to take it for what it is. You have to change with the times and not cry about it. Support is now turned into resistance. This support is getting lost, and it makes that journey back up a lot harder. It's going to be a lot harder with each support that is lost to recover it, because it turns into resistance. Just like here, everyone's getting excited on the bounce back up, saying, oh, quickest, easiest dump ever, got generational longs on them. But what I was telling people in my Discord community is that we're pumping up way too fast. This is just leverage. What are they going to do? Liquidate everyone once again. And we're starting to see that process with this wick now starting to get filled. It doesn't have to fill 100% of the way, but it's very negative here. Even with this new all-time high set over here, you could still argue it's a dead cat bounce or double top, because we need to see the 786 and the 886 flipped in support. And it really seemed as if that is what was going to happen with months spent in this area above the neckline. If you remember my videos, I was saying I'm confident that as long as this neckline holds, we will eventually head higher, and that all of this support is now actually slightly above that neckline. So there's no concerns here. The 200 EMA and the moving averages were holding as support. Only due to this liquidation event do we have to shift with the times. So the bias changes now that this is lost. This is now confirmed as resistance, and there's been a further loss of support. So unless Bitcoin wakes up, recovers key levels, we're going to see the trend continue bearish, and it's trying to attack the last lows. I'm only going to change my bias now, not even on the recovery of $2.55, $2.60, which I was previously saying while above I'm bullish. It needs to do a harder job, which is now recovering all moving averages, which are actually higher than that level at $2.80. But technically speaking, guys, it needs to break the last high it created, and that's at $3.10. Don't argue with me. This is just basic support and resistance rules. Previous highs, previous lows, and so on and so forth. If you want to actually learn it, use the links down below. Check out the one-to-one private live stream calls with myself, or the ebook to do it at your own pace. If you want to be part of a community, being able to ask any questions and requesting TA on any coins, check out the Discord, links down below.